Alright, Kirk Claby here with highschoolwrestlingmatches.com. I'm going to show a fireman's carry. It was kind of my bread and butter when I was competing. It's still, you don't see it as much in college. In fact, you rarely see it in college, but it's still pretty effective at the high school level. So that's what I'm going to show you. There's three main points I do on my fireman's that are a little different than what you see most people doing on a fireman's carry. And that's what I want you to pay close attention to on here because it worked really well for me. So number one is this arm. In fact, before I show this, let me show what a fireman's carry looks like. This is a fireman's carry. Okay, that's a fireman's carry. Here's the key points I want you to focus on if you're trying to improve your fireman's carry. Number one is this arm. A lot of times we worry about the leg. The leg really doesn't matter that much. All that matters is this arm. If you will pinch this arm underneath here really tight, you can do a fireman's carry in Greco-Roman wrestling. There were times I would get touch falls off of it in Greco because they'd land on their shoulders. Okay? So you don't really need the leg. The leg just helps it. What you need is the arm. If you slip off the arm, you're done. You won't be able to finish. Okay? So the key is this arm. Okay? We take it here, and this is another point that I do a little differently. I drop clear underneath the guy. Okay? A lot of people you'll see hit a fireman's carry almost like a high C, where they do like a shot and then come up over, or they'll dump that way. What I do is I just drop to my two knees. Okay? So when I go to hit it, I'm dropping to my two knees and I'm changing my angle to a 90 degree and I'm trying to land as deep underneath his legs as I can. Okay? So I'm dropping to there. That's my motion, and I'm catching the arm as I go. So with the arm, coming to here, boom. That's my motion right there. If I can get to here, I finish every time. All right? Where I'll lose it is if I slip off of this and I'm here and then it becomes a fight. Okay? Key's this. Pinch this right here, the arm. The other thing that I want to point out is a lot of people telegraph their fireman's carry by having an overhook. If you're wrestling a guy who does a fireman's often, anytime he goes into an overhook, you want to pummel out of it. Pummel out of it, Casey. Okay? Because you can be pretty sure that if he's a fireman's guy, he's looking for the fireman's from the overhook. Okay? Well, the overhook is fine. Guys like it because the arm's already secure before they go, but it telegraphs that you're going to go to a fireman's carry. So where I prefer to hit my fireman's carries from an inside bicep tie. Zoom in on the bicep. Okay? I like to have a bicep tie. Some people like the claw where they go like this. I never felt as strong there. It's just personal preference, so I go around the bicep like that. All right, that's where I hit my fireman's from. So I have my, zoom back out. So I have my bicep tie, and then I'm going to hit my fireman's carry. As I go, as I drop, that's when I pull into my overhook. Okay? So I don't have to telegraph it by having an overhook here. I start here so it looks like I can do anything. It looks like I can hit a high C, a sweep single, whatever. But then as I go, I drop around the bicep. Now I'm in an overhook on the bicep, and I finish. Okay? Let's talk about how I finish. It's more of a fight if you dump forward, so I want to finish straight over this shoulder, okay? So I'm going to pop it, and I like, if you really want it pretty, you just pop, okay? You pop them. You're a big boy. We used to show moves on our 50-pounders, okay? You pop it like that. One more time. Bicep tie, drop under, to my knees, pop. Instantly I'm elevating my head so I can keep him on his back, okay? The head is the key to keeping him on his back. If I leave my head here, he can turn out, okay? And then the finish sometimes becomes a fight, and it's harder to score 5. A fireman's carry should be a 5-point throw, okay? So I use my head, keep going back, and I come into my pinning combination. Show it from the top one more time. Okay, I have my bicep tie. I'm dropping underneath to my knees, popping, finishing with my head up, and covering. Okay? Now, one last key point that I think is really important, and that is your setup. Okay? What we want to do on the fireman's carry is we want to get the guy to freeze for just a split second so we can hit it. We want to get him to go like that for a split second. And I like to do that by popping his head. Okay? So I have my bicep tie, I'll push him, and I'll give him one of these. Okay? Look where he went. Okay? Okay? So now when he does that, that's when I drop under, hit my dump, and cover. One more time. The key is to get him to do that motion, and then I drop to my knees. Okay? Boom, right here, finish, head up, don't forget the head, and don't let go of the arm. And then I cover, all right? Show it to you a couple times for finishing, but that's how I recommend you hit a fireman's carry. Number 1, cinch the arm. Number 2, do it from a bicep tie, not an overhook, because the overhook telegraphs that you're going fireman's, okay? Number 3, instead of hitting it like a high C, drop clear to your knees, as deep underneath him as you can. Number 4, don't dump it over the top, or don't dump straight forward, dump him over your shoulder. Okay, like that. Number 5, lift your head and cover. All right, I'll show it a couple times. And that's the fireman's carry. In my opinion, that is the safest 5-point throw.